1-star review. Too bad, so sad. A little backstory: I work in a store that sells, among other things, trading card games, board games, comic books, and collectibles. I come in early on a Friday, because several items are releasing and I want to set up, make things look pretty. I'm expecting it's going to be a doozy. These products are expected to sell pretty well, and for some of them we've put the prices higher than MSRP. Also, we're a pretty small store, single location, and we're pricing these products at what they are selling for online. For example, a box release that had an MSRP of $49.99, we are selling them for $90, because that's what they are going for online. I get in early, and I notice as I'm parking that there is water coming from the hydrant out in the parking lot. I don't think much of it. Except when I get into the building, I find that the store is flooded. There was a water main leak just outside of the mall we're located in, and it just so happens to affect our store and no one else's. The mall employees promise us it's clean water, just water that may have hit sediment, so that's why it's brownish. It doesn't smell like a sewer, so it could be worse. The front of the store is okay, but the back is a nightmare. There is water everywhere. Several of my co-workers were there earlier than I, and they were frantically trying to figure out what to do. We can't exactly go into the back of the store, things are soaked and things are several inches underwater. It's not great, is what I'm saying. The owner of the store arrives, and things get moved around. My plans are dashed, and I have to scramble to get things ready before open. In the meantime, there is a group of young men, between 18-25 roughly, outside our store, waiting for us to open. One of my co-workers has to tell them we're going to open a few minutes late. There's a flood in the store, we'll be there momentarily. I'm basically throwing stuff on the shelves behind the counter, pricing stuff willy-nilly, etc. Anxiety central, is what I'm saying. We finally open, and the young men come in. They mill about the front counter, and then see that, our prices are higher than what they expected. I tell them, gently, that we're limiting some of this product to 2 to 3 boxes a person, because people want this so badly. Several of them balk at the prices, wander around, and leave. Another couple actually buy the product, thanking us for having them, because the big box stores didn't have them at all. The store actually opens pretty smoothly, until the mall decides they need to find where the water main break is, and flood the store worse. Water is coming up from the floor tiles up front, and we're having to mop while we're still open. We're still trying to get the flooded store in order several hours later when another co-worker comes up to me with a smirk on his face. He tells me that, earlier in the day, several people gave us 1-star reviews. To which I respond, what? Wait. Is it because of the? And he tells me, yes. It's because the prices of those products are higher than MSRP. Excuse me. The store was flooded, the store was still open, we actually had the products, and you gave us 1-star reviews, claiming that we were frauds, selling the products 2 or 3 times MSRP, and that no one should buy from US. It's funny, because all those products completely sold out in a week. And several people gave us 5-star reviews afterwards. So who's laughing now? And yes, insurance is covering the stuff that got damaged, so we're good. 110 plus 40 does indeed equal 150, so this happened a couple months back, but I figured I'd share with you guys. So I work in a place that has tire center, and I tend to be up in the sales area helping people get the right tires for their car. We usually have promotions that give you either 110 or 150 off a set of 4 tires. The way the discount gets credited is that you get $10 off of each tire install, so 40 total since it's 1 install per tire, and then the rest gets taken off the subtotal. A lady came in that had ordered tires a couple days prior, claiming that we didn't give her the full 150 off. Now, this happens very frequently since it's not obvious that you're not getting the full 150 off, as it only says minus 110 under the tire price. I explain to her how the discount works, and clarify that she did get the full discount. She then claims that the promotion is false advertising, since it's not explained that way anywhere. I proceed to tell her that she is indeed still getting 150 off, and that while it's a little odd in how it's credited, we're not giving her less than that. Then she demands that we give her the other 40 off, and I again explain that she already has the other 40 off her price. This back and forth continues on for a couple minutes, and I eventually tell her that I'll get the supervisor to come help her out, since this was well above my pay grade. Apparently, she ended up going to management, claiming again that it's false advertising and that she wants the extra 40 off. Obviously she got it, since the customer is always right, and everything went smoothly after that. Just goes to show that if you whine and complain enough as a customer, you'll get what you want. And in the end, we have recently been taking the full discount value of the cost outright instead of splitting it. The monkey incident. So, former self-check /store closer here. To get right to it, one night, I turn to the door and there's a kid standing there, with a monkey in a diaper on a leash. I look down at my water, blink, and just tilt my head, trying to figure out if I'm having a breakthrough hallucination. My water was drugged. What was going on? It's a monkey, miss, says the kid. His mom is smirking. Let me check to see if monkeys are allowed in. This is a neighborhood grocer's. I doubt that they are. But I'm not facing down the mom, she was one of those customers. We all knew and hated her. So I walk over to my supervisor and ask him, "Supervisor, does store name allow monkeys?" Supervisor turns from what I'm doing. He's in the know, and has worked with me for my entire tenure. He knows that I avoid talking to supervisors / managers unless I really need them. "Kid, can you show me the monkey?" He holds his hands out to me, palms facing me. The classic "oh shit, this person has lost what 10 years grasp on sanity" she had gesture. "Yes, follow me." I lead him over to the door, where, indeed, the kid and his mom are still standing with the monkey on a leash. "I'm sorry, but you can't bring a monkey into the store." The mom gets mad. As in, starts cussing my supervisor out because we're somehow discriminating against her and her son for not allowing an animal in the store. The kid just goes outside while his mom goes to grab a few things, complaining the entire time. Weekly TFR Express Lane checkout. Post your stories and experiences with the coronavirus here. Stay safe everyone. Welcome to /r/Tales from Retail's Express Lane, your quick stop for news about the current pandemic and how things are going with your store, your customers and yourselves. Please remember all rules regarding anonymity and derogatory speech. All comments will be sorted by new. Guy isn't allowed to buy alcohol and throws a fit. So, for context, I work in a large grocery /everything store, and in the state I'm in, I can't sell alcohol because I'm under 21. This story happened a few days ago and I was working with my favorite manager. A guy comes to my register with beer, wine, a couple other items and his 20-year-old girlfriend. I scan everything but the alcohol and go get my manager for the rest. As per store policy, she asked for both the guy and his girlfriend's IDs. The girl admits she's not 21, so my manager refuses the sale. The guy threw an absolute fit and started screaming about how stupid it was that he couldn't buy the alcohol because she's in a separate car. He proceeds to tell both me and my manager that he's just going to come back in without her and buy it, to which my manager replies, "I'll make sure you don't." He continues his fit, and even rams his cart into my register. His poor girlfriend was so nice and apologized for his behavior on their way out. About 5 minutes later, I'm on my break and buying a quick snack at the self-checkout where I see none other than the big baby trying to buy his alcohol. I'm going to be petty. Just as the girl on self-check goes to approve it, I call her over to tell her what happened before. Unfortunately, she approved the sale before coming over to me. I quickly explain and she rushes over and pulls his card out of the machine and takes the alcohol from him while telling him he can't buy it. He acts dumb and pretends he doesn't know what's going on, and I look him dead in the eyes and say, "Don't act stupid, you know why." He demands a manager, and, too bad for this guy, all the other managers except for the one who had told him no earlier were in a meeting. Of course he is enraged and begins screaming and yelling again about how stupid this whole situation is. I agree. I didn't get to see the end result as I really just wanted to take my break. The best part is that if he hadn't been so rude and acted like a complete idiot, I would have just acted like I didn't see anything and he would have gotten his beer and wine. Respect your retail workers. This happened quite some time ago during my time as a supervisor at a larger retail store. I was called up by an associate to handle an unruly customer. Apparently, she wanted to return a pair of sandals that were worn down because they hurt her feet. Well, it's fall. The return policy for shoes is 30 days, in new or unworn condition. She had no box and no receipt. We tried to help her out by using her rewards card and searching for a UPC. We didn't even carry the shoes anymore. It was just a big ol' mess. Well, she's furious because both myself and my associate are like, well, there really isn't anything we can do. At this point, we can't even prove that she bought the shoes here. Cue the Karen rage. She orders us to call for a store manager. I'm thinking, okay lady, he's just going to say the same thing as we are, but sure. Store manager comes up and she goes from full Karen to innocent customer being bullied by 2 employees. She called us liars when I tried to explain the facts, and she starts yelling at me to be quiet. Fuck that. I just walked away. My store manager was there, it isn't my responsibility anymore. It turned into a huge ordeal where both my associate and I were later pulled aside to tell our story. Turns out, he ended up giving her the credit anyway. Thank goodness I no longer work there. Unfortunately, I am called to solve a lot of problems. I get yelled at a lot. I don't know what it is about people thinking it's okay to treat retail employees, or really, anyone, particularly horribly, but they do. So I moved on and forgot about it. Some weeks later, this woman pulls me aside and asks to talk to me. I have no clue who she is. She tells me she really wanted to apologize for her behavior during her last visit. I ask her to remind me the incident, and lo and behold, it's Sandal Lady. I tell her thank you for the apology. I'm not sure why this story sticks with me. Half of me is like, fuck that lady, and the other half is like, wow, thank you for going out of your way to apologize. Also, sort of a huge bummer that I was literally berated by this customer and completely forgot about it, simply because it happens to me all the time. Treat your retail workers with respect, goddammit.